All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a special news announcement. So, Deep Jewels, the Japanese all-women's mixed martial arts promotion, has announced the full card for Deep Jewels number 35, which is going to go down on December 11th at New Pier Hall in Tokyo. So this will be their final event of the year, and I think it has a pretty good lineup. No title fights, but otherwise a pretty good lineup with a good mix of fighting styles, weight classes, fights, just an all-around good mixture. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Not going to do a deep dive on this, mostly just going to introduce each bout. So first up, the opening bout is going to be a 54 kilogram amateur kickboxing bout between Regina and Saki Nagamura. I do like that Deep Jewels will have amateur fights to open up their card. I think it's a good idea to get the amateur fighters ready to be on a bigger stage. The first MMA bout of the evening is going to be a 68 kilogram or 149.6 pound MMA bout. Marina Kumagai taking on Pochanzi. Now, Kumagai is coming in with an 0-4 record. She last fought losing a unanimous decision at Deep Tokyo Impact on October 17th. Pochanzi, on the other hand, is coming in with an 0-2 record, and she's coming off a decision loss at Deep Jewels 34 back on September 4th. So with these two ladies, they're both looking to get their first win here, and Deep Jewels has to have one of them get a win, so it makes sense to have them fight each other. Next up, we're going to kickboxing again, 50 kilograms or 110 pounds, where Otawa Nagao is going to be taking on Haruka Yamaguchi. Now, I don't really know much about Yamaguchi. Otawa Nagao, she's hit a skid in MMA lately, so it makes sense for them to have her send her over to kickboxing just to get it's a change of pace. So maybe just this focus on just one thing for right now will help her, get her confidence back, help her get her focus in a little bit, help her out, and just give her a break from MMA for a little while. So I think this could be a good one for her. Next, we move back over to MMA for a flyweight bout where Kannogaya takes on Hanaka. Now, I don't have any stats available for Hanaka. I'm not sure what her full name is. But Kannogaya comes in with a record of 2-0, and she's coming off of a submission win back at Deep Osaka Impact back on July 18th. So, Deep Jewels are starting to build up their flyweight division. They haven't really had much of one for the last few years, but I'll tell you what, this year they've really started to build up the flyweight division a bit, which is good. Then we have another flyweight bout. Aoi Kuriyama takes on Kate Lotus Oyama. Kuriyama comes in with a record of 2-3, coming off of a submission loss back at Deep Osaka Impact on July 18th. Oyama, on the other hand, Kate Lotus, she's coming in with a record of 1-2, having most recently lost a decision at Deep Jewels back in September. Should be a good matchup. Both have somewhat similar records. Still both in the beginning of their careers. And like I said, it's a flyweight bout in a promotion that really needs to get their flyweight division building. For the next bout, we move down to 49 kilograms, 108 pounds, which is somewhat known as super atom weight, where Takebayashi is taking on Moeri Suda. Now, Takebayashi is coming in at 2-1. And she's coming off of a decision loss in Deep Tokyo Impact last month on October 17th. Suda, on the other hand, comes in with a record of 3-2. She's coming off of a decision win at that same event, Deep Tokyo Impact, on October 17th. This should be a good one. Might be the bout I'm most looking forward to on the card here. It's a battle of very young, high school student age prospects. Takebayashi coming off of the first official loss of her career. Suda started off with 2 losses and has since won 3 straight. Could be a very good bout here between these two prospects. Then we move up to a 58 kilogram bout which is 127.6, so basically flyweight. Shoko Fujita takes on Yurina Horiguchi. Fujita coming in at 1-1, coming in off of a loss via decision back at Deep Jules 33 in June. Horiguchi's comes in with a record of 1-1. She's coming in off of a decision win back in Deep Tokyo Impact last month. Both these fighters, obviously similar records, 1-1. I like what I've seen from Fujita in her first fight. We'll have to see if she can get that mojo back coming off of her first loss. Then we move down to a strawweight bout as Yuko Kiryu takes on Tomoko Inoue. Kiryu comes in with a record of 9-8. Tomoko coming in with a record of only 0-2. Kiryu's coming in off of a win via submission at One Warrior Series back in October of 2019. Inoue's coming in off of a decision loss at Deep Jules 34 back in September. This is obviously a mismatch, at least on paper. Yuko Kiryu, 9-8. She has almost 20 fights, taking on someone who's only 0-2. I think this is like a welcome back to Deep Jules fight for her, so they're going to try to give her like a bit of an easy win here. Then we move down to microweight, 97 pounds. Mizuki Furuse taking on Aya Murakami. Furuse coming in at 7-8. Murakami undefeated at 3-0. Now Furuse's coming in off of a loss in the headlining bout of Deep Jules 34 on September 4th, whereas Murakami's coming in off of a submission win at Deep Tokyo Impact on October 17th. So Furuse took a bit of a long break. She had a kid, dropped a bout in her first one back, but she's back and is trying to get back in the win column. Murakami's trying to extend her undefeated record. This probably tied with Takebayashi versus Suda for me for the most anticipated bout of this card. Then in the co-main event, we have a featherweight bout. King Raino Miura taking on Tia. King Raino coming in with a record of 12-4. Tia coming in at 2-0. King Raino's coming in off of a unanimous decision loss at Deep 101 back in June. Tia's coming in off of a decision win at Deep Jules 34 back in September. So Tia's looking to remain undefeated. She's shown some promise so far. King Raino looking to get one back in the win column. King Raino, a bit of a fan favorite, but also a bit of a disappointment overall. Just can't seem to get over the hump that she needs to really break into stardom. Then finally, in the main event, a strawweight bout, Miki Motono taking on Hime Namiko Kawabata. Motono coming in at 5-3, Hime coming in at 2-0. Now Motono's coming in off of a submission loss back in Deep Jules 33, I believe in June. Hime's coming off of a win via decision at that same event back in June at Deep Jules 33. So Motono, she's dropped 2 straight. She dropped a non-title bout and then lost her title in the next fight. Hime's coming in that same amount of time. She's 2-0. So Motono's looking to get back into title contention with a win here. Hime is trying to get into title contention herself by continuing her undefeated record. This should be a good main event here. Motono has the name value being the former champ, and Hime is a rising prospect. So there you have it, the lineup for Deep Jules 35. As I said earlier, this goes down December 11th in Tokyo at New Pier Hall. The pay-per-view details should come out later, and I will update you with them then. Until then, let me know your thoughts on the event in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like, share it as well, let everyone else know about it, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA See Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.